Hello friends, uh, in this video we will study about frames. What are frames? So far we have seen rank, partitioning and even name ranges. Not just rank, we can apply overflows in any kind of aggregation to define at what level the operation has happened. Though we have looked at partitioning, partitioning can only be done if you have a dimension within your table and if you have to dynamically create a window definition, which is say example a running total, a case of moving average. So in case of moving and average, we can't apply overflows. So in this video, in this class, in this lecture, you will learn about the concept of frame and understand how frames move while a query is being executed. You will also learn how to implement moving averages in SQL. You can get a rough idea of the importance of calculating moving averages, especially in the stock market sector. It has moving averages has a main application. So frame close is used with window analytic function in SQL. Whenever we use a window function, it creates a window or a partition depending upon the column mentioned after the partition by clause in the over clause. So then it applies that window function to each of those partitioning, and inside the partitioning we can create a subset of records using the frame clause. So frame clause is used to create a subset of the sets. So now we will understand this with an example. A running total, we will create a running total of a case of moving average where you would update your window automatically. There is no window partition which is already created. In such a case, how do we do it? We will do it by a named window. Or it is possible to apply such function itself on the range like this moving average calculation and running total calculation, which are very common where moving average is changing. So how do we tackle that problem and come enough with that solution in the MySQL world? We do it something by called frames. We can define frames. What is frames? So frame concept is used to define that entire dynamically moving window which will set the context of calculation for your query. Let's see how this can be done. We will see it by an example and then more details about what these frames are. So we will try to understand what are frames. We will see through this example where we have a table with 11 rows. In practical, it can be more than that 11. It can be thousand of rows. Now say we want to do certain computation which keeps applying implementations of the calculation as a running total. For example, this is a table which contains sales information and we want to do running total of the sales. How do we do? First in the context which we will start from row 1, from here row 1. Let's compute it for row 1 because it's the beginning of your entire table and running total starts off with that value, and when you proceed to the next row you have to compute for both row 1 and row 2, for both row 1 and row 2. Now if you proceed further you will see you have to compute for row 1, row 2, row 3, and as and when we keeps going on, start remains constant from 1 to 4, but up to what point you do operate it or you apply this frame keeps updating. So you will go to the end of the table. From 1 to end of the table, what is the running total we have to calculate. So which is basically from beginning till your current row. Here current row is 11, so from beginning till your current row. There is lots of context setting in this entire frame definition. So this is a frame from first to current row. We will see that in more details. Let's try and understand one more example. So one more example We already saw the example of running total. Here is the running total from row 1 to current row. Current row may be up to millions of row, one up to 1 lakh of row. Current row may be of any kind, but from first to current row, what will be the addition of the value? So we already saw the example of running total. Let's see. We want to do something like a moving average. If you only understand what is moving average, you take certain number of points. See here example, you take certain number of points from your history and you calculate the average. Let's say we go to the approach of moving average. Here we want to calculate the moving average of from 1 to 7. Okay, we will start with first row. It's a beginning event in this case, and we keep increasing the window. Let's from first to 1 to 3, where you want 1 to 7. Let we search the window range 1 to 7. Now, given that we have attained the moving average window, which is 7 records or 7 row, you want to shift this, you want to keep this up to 5 to 11, up to 3 to 10, 5 to 11, then will be 7 range, 1 to 7, or 3 to 9, or 4 to 10. So, until we reach the end. Let's see, first we start 1 to 7, then 2 to 8, 3 to 10, 4 to 11. Well, up means we are up to the last one row. So until we reach the end. So until the point we reach the seventh row, window size was increasing. For that it remains fixed, and you now you keep traversing through your table and moving average computation happen. So moving average means you have created a window of 7 rows. This 7 rows may be 1 to 7, 2 to 8, 5 to 11, 6 to 11, whatever the 7 row up to the last. From the first up to the last, every time your window has been increasing or moving. So it is known as moving average calculation. In the row 1 to means it's moving, and it is known as running total. 1 to nth row. How to write it down in MySQL, we will see it in the next video. Okay friends, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you. We will continue the same topic frames in next video. Thank you.